Esta es Español número 1, preliminar número 4, presentaciones. These are greetings and presentations. In our last lesson, we had saludos, which are greetings. Greetings for hello and goodbye, and associated times of day. Remember that presentations and greetings are especially involved in the lesson about whether you're using the familiar or the usted form, the formal form of you. Let's start with one of the lessons out of the book. Here we have a dialogue between Esteban and Diana. Esteban says, Hola, me llamo Esteban. I call myself Stephen. ¿Y tú? ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Y tú? And you? What do you call yourself? Diana answers, Me llamo Diana. I call myself Diana. Esteban dice, Encantado, Diana. Y ella responde igualmente. Encantado means enchanted. Igualmente is the same, or me too. Enchanted sounds like a dramatic way of saying anything to somebody in English, but it's very common in Spanish to say encantado if you're a guy, or encantado, encantada if you're a woman. In B, Diana is presenting him to a friend. Diana says, Te presento a Esteban. And Ana says, Encantada. I'm delighted. And Esteban answers, Igualmente. Me too. Notice that when Diana is enchanted, she's encantada. When Esteban is enchanted, he's encantado. You'll find this throughout Spanish. The A at the end of an adjective is associated with a woman or a female, and the O at the end of an adjective is associated with a male. Let's look at a presentation that has a little bit more formal scenario. Señorita Machado says, Perdón, excuse me. ¿Cómo se llama? What is your name? Now, in a previous lesson, we talked about this. Llama is already conjugated, so we know that she is using the se and usted forms. ¿Cómo se llama usted? But usted is unnecessary. And Señorita Daza says, Me llamo Raquel Daza. My name is, or I call myself. You'll notice also she's dropped the subject pronoun yo. She could use it. She could say, Yo me llamo Raquel Daza, but it's unnecessary because llamo goes with yo, so we know we don't need it. In D, Señorita Machado says, le presento a Ana Vargas o Vega. And Señor Ortega says, mucho gusto. Le presento a Ana Vega. I would like to present you to Ana Vega. And Señor Ortega said, mucho gusto. It's nice to meet you. It's much enjoyment. And Ana responds, El gusto es mío. The enjoyment or the pleasure is mine. So in English it would be, let me introduce you to Ana Vega. And he would say, it's a pleasure. And Ana would say, the pleasure is mine. Remember, we have two expressions here. ¿Cómo te llamas tú? And ¿cómo se llama usted? We talked about this before, but tell me what word in the first one is unnecessary. Do you remember which one we can eliminate? It's the tú, the subject pronoun. We can take that out. We don't need it because we've already conjugated llamar, and we know that the AS ending goes with the subject too. In the second question, ¿Cómo se llama usted? Also, what is your name? We can eliminate the usted because we know that the ending of the verb already is conjugated to reflect the respectful form. Both of these expressions, ¿Cómo te llamas? And ¿Cómo se llama? mean what is your name. Let's look at another scenario. In E, we have a young lady asking a friend if this is Raúl. ¿Quién es? ¿Es Raúl? No, Es Juan. Is that Raúl? Who is that? Is that Raúl? No, it's John. Please notice that when you make a question, you're going to have the question begin with an upside down question mark and end with a normal question mark. A lot of times in Spanish, we need those early warnings that we're going to have a question because we need that in order to understand how we're going to make our voice rise, how we're going to put an inflection in it that asks the question. The word quién in this case means who. ¿Quién es? ¿Es Raúl? Who is it? Is it Raúl? No, es Juan. In F, the young man is asking, ¿Cómo se llama? What is his name or her name? In this case, we're referring to the young lady holding the basketball. And his friend is saying, Se llama Diana. She calls herself Diana. In both cases, we've dropped the subject pronoun. But we could add it just the same. We could say, ¿Cómo se llama ella? And the friend could respond, Ella se llama Diana. At this point, we've had 3 question words. ¿Quién? ¿Qué? And ¿cómo? ¿Quién is who? ¿Qué is what? And ¿cómo is how? You'll notice that when we're saying ¿Cómo se llama? Instead of saying what is your name, we're saying how do you call yourself? All right. Please note that we have divided this into 2 separate parts. We've got the part on the left, which are expressions relating to the informal tú, and on the right we have expressions that we use when we are using the formal usted. All right? Como te llamas and te presento a are familiar phrases. What's your name and I would like you to meet are tú expressions for people your own age, somebody you know really well. Como se llama and le presento a are the formal expressions. We use these with older people, people in authority, people we don't know. So remember that te is associated with tú. This is your reflexive pronoun, yourself. Se is associated with usted, and se is the reflexive pronoun, yourself. Le, in this case, is a direct object pronoun. To you, I would like to present. Te is both the same as a reflexive pronoun and a direct object pronoun. So it's the same word, but we would say te presento for tú and le presento for usted. Let's look at the following scenario. Here we have 2 girls, Ana and Cecilia, and Ana is introducing her new friend Cecilia to a person that she already knows from school named Carlos. So Ana says, Hola Carlos, te presento a mi amigo Cecilia. Notice that Ana is saying te presento to Carlos. Ana and Carlos are already friends. Carlos responds, Buenos días, Cecilia. ¿Cómo está? He's using the formal with her because they have not met before. Bienvenidos a Oak Hall. Bienvenidos is welcome. Good morning, Cecilia. How are you? Welcome to Oak Hall. Cecilia says, Gracias. Mucho gusto. It's a pleasure to meet you. And Carlos would respond with something like, Igualmente, or El gusto es mío. Don't forget to check Canvas for tonight's assignment.